Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to another episode on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzy, and I'm your host for today's show. Apologies, I wasn't able to do the match preview last night. A little bit tired, so I'm doing an impromptu show early in the morning, 7:30 in the UK to be precise. But yeah, here we are. Match week 34. It's an extended week due to a lot of fixtures being rescheduled. So here we are. Liverpool are facing Everton at Goodison Park. And our title challenge continues in terms of the race for top spot. So Arsenal won yesterday, which wasn't, which is as expected, but not the way they lost. Losing 5-0. Well, Chelsea losing 5-0 to Arsenal. Yeah, it's a big scoreline. So yeah, Chelsea didn't do us any favors. So we have to focus on ourselves. So let's have a quick look in terms of Everton's recent form, and then we can take it from there. So in terms of Everton, currently 16th, and obviously they've been penalised a couple of times this year due to their financial fair play. So they're currently 16th in the league, and the last 5 games they've won 2 games, lost twice, and drew once. So the last win was early on this weekend on Sunday, 2-0 against Nottingham Forest in controversial fashion, but we'll discuss that in more detail in my Premier League Match Week 34 review show. And then they also beat Burnley, which was a huge win for the Toffees there. So a team that's probably on the up in terms of confidence due to that big win against Forest. And they've climbed up the table with 30 points right now. So they're fighting for their survival. So they'll definitely want to make sure that they can get one above Liverpool, who, let's be honest, aren't in the best of forms right now. But having said that, Liverpool won their last fixture as well. And that was against Fulham, where the result was 3-1. It was the first time, well, not first time, but it's been a while since we scored from open play. So great goals from Gravenberch and Jota. And speaking of Jota, unfortunately, we got the bad news yesterday that he's actually out for this fixture due to picking up an injury against Fulham. So a huge blow for Liverpool. But in terms of their recent form, 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. Currently second with 74 points. As I mentioned, Arsenal won yesterday 5-0 against Chelsea. So we need to make sure we're climbing up the table. We're winning our fixtures, and we'll be in joint points with Arsenal. So yeah, big game. And this is one of those games where, look, we're second, Everton are 16th. The position of the league doesn't have any sort of importance in this fixture. This is a Merseyside derby. So form goes out the window. It's literally what happens on the pitch is what matters. So we need to be up for a fight. We need to be physical in this encounter, because I'm sure they will definitely have that sort of approach going into the game. So before I do predicted lineups, let's quickly see what we have in terms of team news. So in terms of Everton, unfortunately, Everton striker Beto had a distressing head injury in the last game against Nottingham Forest. So hopefully he makes a speedy recovery, and obviously he will not be available for this fixture. In terms of other injuries, they've got Lewis Dobbin still out. Dele Alli has had a groin injury for quite a while, and Nathan Patterson is unavailable for this fixture. Seamus Coleman is still absent due to a groin injury, but is, I would say, very doubtful that he's even involved in this fixture. But then they've got some good news where Branthwaite and Dominic Calvert-Lewin are both fit for this game, so they should take part in this fixture. In terms of Liverpool, let's get the long-term injuries out of the way. So Joe Matip, Ben Doak, Thiago Alcantara, and Conor Bradley are out. Conor Bradley will probably be back in about another week or so. So his injury is not as long-term as I think he was first feared. So thankfully, he will be available probably early May, to be fair. And in terms of Jota, I mentioned earlier on, Klopp revealed yesterday in the press conference that he picked up a hip injury and will be out for 2 weeks. So that's a slight concern. Hip injuries, they say 2 weeks, but it doesn't mean they'll be able to play straight away. So, yeah, huge blow. He finally got on the score sheet the other day against Fulham. Previous to that, he wasn't actually in good form. I thought he was quite rusty. So I feel like he's finding his momentum. You know, when a striker gets a goal, that's when they really pick up form. So, yeah, it's one of those ones where it's a huge blow. I was enjoying his game against Fulham. I don't think he was great in terms of his link-up play, but having a gunman from a goal, yeah, it's a huge lift. And I'm not here to throw shade, but Darwin Núñez came on and was offside 2-3 times in a row and couldn't score. So that's the levels we're dealing with right now, where one player is very lethal in goal, the other one is hot and cold. You don't know what you're going to get from him week in, week out. So yeah, I'll reveal my lineup very, very shortly, and then we can talk in more detail. And Bajtic has returned to retraining and was playing for the under-21s. I'm not sure if he's available for this fixture. He might be in the squad, but I think he'll probably take a late fitness test. I think there was a slight calf concern in training. So, yeah, unfortunately, he's not managed to have any luck with regards to being fit this season. So, yeah, I'm sure he wants to put this season past him and maybe look forward to pre-season. So that is probably his focus right now. And yeah, it'll be a big decision for Klopp in terms of who he starts in place of Jota, which we'll discuss now. So what we'll do, we will present the lineups for both teams. I'll start with the home team, and then we'll talk about Liverpool in more detail. So let's start with Everton. So against their victory against Forest in their victory the other day, they pretty much played a 4-1-4-1 formation. So I've just placed it as a 4-5-1 formation. So in terms of the goalkeeper, Pickford will obviously start and goal. And then who else do we have in terms of left back? You'd have to say it's Mykolenko, who's actually been quite decent this year. So we'll give it to Mykolenko. And then on the right side, we won't be Seamus Coleman. He's had a groin injury. He might be in the squad, but I don't think he'll be fit enough to start in this game. So we'd have to stick with Ashley Young on the right side. And their centre-back pairing, you'd have to go with Banthwaite, who has been regarded as fit for this game. There he is, and he will be alongside Tarkowski. Banthwaite is actually an interesting player. I do like the look of him. Definitely one for the future. In terms of the Everton midfield, you've got McNeil on the left wing. It's Harrison or McNeil, so they're very similar players. But I think McNeil is probably better. He's more direct on that left-hand side. When he plays on the right, I think he looks a bit lost in terms of cutting in. He doesn't really know what to do. Harrison is capable of doing that in a better form. So we'll place McNeil on the left, and then we'll place Harrison on the right. In the middle will be Gay, who scored a goal in the last fixture, so he'll have a boost going into this fixture. And then in terms of the midfield, you'd have to put Onana and Doucouré. So let's place them here. So I'd go for Onana and Doucouré. I know Gomez started the last one, but I think Onana and Doucouré, yeah, I think they're the ones that Sean Dyche will go for. We'll put Onana on the left. He normally plays at the left side over centre mid. So Onana, and then you've got Doucouré. So two powerhouses there. But both players are box to box. So it'll be interesting to see the balance. But obviously, Gahey will be playing this sort of role. So that's why I mentioned it was a 4-1-4-1 formation. So yeah, Gahey will be the number 6, dropping really deep, protecting the back four. And then you've got McNeil, Harrison charging down those wings. And then it would be Doucouré and Onana being box to box, using their physical presence to disrupt Liverpool, but they can definitely play ball at the same time. So yeah, so that is the two number 8s in the Everton team that I think will start. Andre Gomez, that is, will probably start on the bench and come on as an impact sub, in my opinion. And up top, would have to go with Calvert-Lewin. So that's the Everton lineup. No huge surprises in terms of the selection. Drop a comment, let me know what you guys think. Is this a team you fear? Is this a team where you feel like maybe there's one or two players that we got to be wary of? So for me, it's probably Onana and Doucouré. Those are the two players that you have to be wary of. McNeil and Harrison are tricky wingers, but I do feel like our fullbacks will be more than well equipped to handle those two. And Branthwaite is actually a tricky player in terms of marking set pieces. He has scored a few goals this season, so and technically very good on the ball. So we'll have to watch out in terms of his long range passing because he's more than capable of producing that on the pitch. So that's my Everton lineup. What I'll do now is I'll stop sharing and I will present the Liverpool lineup, which will be a huge discussion point for us Liverpool fans. So in goal, all right, 4-3-3 formation, you know the drill. But in terms of in goal, goes without saying who starts there. It will be Alisson. Now, in terms of the back four, so let me just put the obvious ones in first. Van Dijk. Kwanzaa played the last fixture and he was really good, but I think Konate was rested with this fixture in mind. So I think Konate will play in this one. And then in terms of right back, has to be Trent Alexander-Arnold. What a goal he scored the other day against Fulham. So hopefully more special moments from Trent in this game would be nice, especially as it being a Merseyside derby. And left back is a tricky one because Robertson has been up and down, but he's picked up a bit of form. We have rotated the squad quite a bit, and with this being the only competition we're a part of, do you think Klopp might rotate heavy in this one due to the fact that we play on Saturday and it's a midday kickoff as well? I think he'll go strong for this. Would he go strong? Because we're playing West Ham, who, no disrespect to Everton, are probably the stronger team right now. I think he'll go strong. So I think Robertson would start. I was thinking maybe Joe Gomez or Tsimikas will start in this one. I'm not sure. I'm going to go stick with Robertson. I might change my mind during the show. But I think he'll go strong. So that's my back four. If you're watching live, let me know in the chat what you think the lineup will be. If you're watching on replay, let me know your full lineup in detail. In terms of the midfield, I expect to see Endo returning. I know he hasn't been in best of form recently, but I feel like in this game, it will suit his skill set in terms of having a destroyer on the pitch. So I'm going with Endo there. Now, this is the interesting one because we've got the likes of OZZWRLD, we've got McAllister, we've got Gravenberch, who scored his first goal, so his confidence high. Who starts in this fixture? I would go for... This might be controversial. I might start with Gravenberch in this one. I think when the players just scored, they're playing with a lot more confidence, and he showed that after that goal as well. So I'm going to give Gravenberch the nod for this one. And in terms of the other number 8, it will be McAllister. So we'll have the likes of Jones and Szoboszlai off the bench, which, we still need these options later in the game, because if this game is at stalemate, which is a possibility, I know for a fact Everton will be playing the low block. So we need to have players ready from the bench to come on and have an impact. So Jones, Szoboszlai, Harvey Elliott, these guys are the ones that I'm looking at for impact coming on the pitch at a later stage. So yeah, so this is my midfield three. In terms of up top, so I would bring back Salah on the right wing. I know some fans really enjoyed seeing Diaz the other day on the right wing against Fulham. I thought he was okay, but I feel like he had moments in the first half, but in the second half, I think the Fulham left back Robinson pretty much handled him with ease. He didn't really have much impact in the second half, in my opinion. So even though he offered something different on that right side, where it was natural width rather than Salah cutting in all the time or playing in the gaps, I think Salah's prime for this role. This is his position. So I think he was probably having a little bit of an injury during the week. He didn't look fully fit. So hopefully he's back, raring to go in this fixture. Now, these two positions are always debatable for every fixture, regardless of form or the opposition. So for me, Diaz goes back to the left wing. Now it's between Gakpo and Nunes. And probably revealed it earlier in terms of how I thought about Nunes. So I'm going for Gakpo. Gakpo has been probably our best attack in the last 3 or 4 games. He's really shown some good form. And I do feel like, yeah, he's ready to go as well. He provided a beautiful assist for Jota the other day. So he needs to add some goals to his name and boost his confidence as well at the same time. So no, I'm going for Gakpo. I feel like he's the better player or in form right now. Nunes can certainly come on and be an impact sub, but he needs to watch his lines and make sure he's not offside, because he was offside far too many times, in my opinion, and it was quite frustrating to watch. So that's my Liverpool lineup. Drop a comment and let me know what you guys think. In terms of my score prediction, I'm going for a Liverpool win. Of course I am. So I don't think it'll be a game full of goals. I don't think it'll be like a big scoreline or anything to that nature. It's at Goodison Park, so a very tricky stadium for us to play. Small stadium, so the crowd are on you as well. Hostile environment. So I'm going to go for a 2-0 victory for Liverpool. I think we'll just about get the clean sheet. In terms of the goal scorers, I'm going for Mohamed Salah and Cody Gakpo as my 2 goal scorers. So that's the end of my match preview. So thank you to everyone for tuning in at this early time in the UK. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. In terms of upcoming content, the grind doesn't stop. I will be doing a live watch along later this evening. So it'll be 8 p.m. It's 8 p.m. is the start. So I'll be on slightly earlier. So I'll be on 10 to 8 UK time before the match begins. We can discuss the lineups together, see if I've got anything right in terms of what I presented today. And then we'll do the match reaction straight after the game, which will possibly be around 10:30 or 11 o'clock. So I'll say 11 o'clock, but the best thing to do is hit that notification bell. You'll be notified of what time the show begins. And you can also follow me on social media for all the latest updates. So you can follow me at OZZIE'S on Twitter/X, or you can follow me at OZZIE.ftp on Instagram, Threads, and TikTok. So thank you as always, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, have a great day, and I hope to speak to you all later this evening. Goodbye.